So today we're going to talk about the overuse of plastics and what we can do to reduce our consumption of plastic. So let's get started. So today I'm in my home. I have just went grocery shopping and put my groceries away, and I want to show you something. This right here is the pile of plastic that I come home with. And you know what? I shop a lot of fruits, vegetables, and nuts. We go through the health food section where we package our own, like trail mixes and things like that. And a lot of this, see, a lot of this is those packages because when I get home, I put them in these jars. Isn't that so pretty? A lot better than plastic in the cabinet, isn't it? And it also keeps them fresher. But one of the things that I realize is that I am actually throwing away quite a bit of plastic. There are several solutions or several things that we can do. One of the things is this right here. Is you can buy a set of already made bags. This particular set I've talked about before comes with 5 of these bags, different sizes, and then 2 large mesh bags about this size. But whenever you're doing, can't do this with one hand. Okay, whenever you're doing packaged goods like this size, those bags are way bigger than this. So I have a solution. This right here. This is muslin that I just bought from the store, and I'm going to the sewing machine to show you the easy way of making your own bags for your products to take to the grocery store. So let's go to the grocery store. Let's go to the sewing machine. Okay, so here we are at the cutting board, the length of the bag. Another easy way, if you don't want to do all the math in your head, then you can just rip up the side and then you can measure it out that way. So we're looking at almost 23, and then remember you need to add an inch for this side and add an inch for this side. So 23 plus 2 is 25. Okay, so we needed 8 inches wide and 25 inches long. And it just makes it easier to cut. So as you can see, I have it folded in half and then folded in half again, and then putting that line together. I'm coming out 8 inches. I'm lining up on the lines, and then I have a rotary cutter that is pinking, and pinking, all it is zigzag. And the reason I have that is I don't have to double up my fabric before I sew one end, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get to that point. But if you pink it, you don't have to double up your fabric and it won't unravel. Okay, so there's one, and I didn't pink this side because this side has a finished end, so I'm using that for my advantage. So there's 24, and then I'm just going to mark my edge, and there's 25. And since this is going this way and it's a small cut, I'm just going to use my scissors. Alright, so one of the things also you notice that this is the half of the fabric right here, if you notice that. So that, so if you want, so what I'm going to do with this one is just going to be a shorter bag. But if you want just to make it easy, you could cut down the center, and then that would make 2 bags that are slightly shorter than the bag that we are duplicating. So there's one piece, and I'll have this sped up for you. Or the bottom of the bag was kind of folded under, right? Okay, it's folded in half. We're lining up to the line, crease, go up 1.5 inches. Crease. Then you're folding it at the crease and folding it back on itself. And just a word, if you're using something other than muslin, just be mindful of your print. Your print you're going to want on the inside, and then you're going to end up folding this backwards. I use muslin on top of other cottons because you're going to get it a lot cheaper. And you can actually get it wider, and it's very lightweight. You can see through it, and that way it saves you some weight when on weighed items, like the bulk items that we're making these bags for. Okay, so I have my sewing machine set up, and I am just going to continually do this. Oh, there we go. There's my hem allowance, or seam allowance. And as you can see, this is pinked. It is zigzagged, and it won't, the fabric won't fray like it would if it was just a straight cut. But if you don't have a way to zigzag, then you just fold it over and then sew it. And you could actually fold it over twice and you sew it, and you won't have the threads just overhanging. Okay, so instead of going on to the other side, I'm going to do this in an assembly line fashion. And sew this up, sew all of them up on one side, and then I'll turn it over and sew them all up on the other side. So I will do that. So I will sew that and be right back. Okay, so I have finished the assembly line on this one side, and I'm going to just turn it around and work the other side. Okay, so I have sewed all my bags together, or all the sides together, and now here's where you can make a choice from a couple of different ones. You can fold the lip over, and if you fold it over once, just a little bit, and then twice, okay, so you can see that there's a little pocket there, right? Alright, so you can do one of two things. You can either just leave that as a sewn edge and then tie it off with some string or something, or you can put a piece of string or rope in that little pocket. So you see where it's been hemmed right there, and then we have a string in that pocket. Well, yeah, we could do that, but why? You know, keep it simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pink the tops, fold it over. See, I have a finished bag, and then I'm going to take some string, and you can use whatever string you had. I just went and dug in my odds and ends box. I have some ribbon, I have some jute string, and then I have some cotton yarn. And the cotton yarn is what I'm going to do. So we're going to cut it, and just out of ease, I'm going to cut it double the width or the length of the bag. So just about that much. And I'm going to cut it, tie it, then tack it to my bag. I'm going from my knuckle to the tip of my finger. This is a scientific measurement, Okay, and then I'm just setting it there. And make sure that you don't have the back side of the bag underneath where you're fixing to sew. And then you just sew that down. And what I'll do is I'll go backwards and then back over it again. That way it won't pull out. So now you have your string attached to your bag. And what you're going to do is, whenever you put your product in here, you're just going to bunch it up and then take your string, wrap it around, and tie it. So you will have a tied bag. And this is what it will look like when you have product in it. So you have your tied bag, and you could actually tie it twice if you think it's going to open up. But there you go. You have your bag. It's a lightweight bag to where the fabric's not going to add much weight to your product, so you're not paying extra for a really thick bag, but you are saving yourself from having to use plastic. Whenever you weigh it, it will give you a sticker. And I will just put the sticker right on this bag to where this can be scanned at the register with its sticker, similar to that sticker. So see, there you go. And now it's ready to scan. Okay, and I have a few more solutions for you. Okay, so if you don't want to sew or don't know how to sew or don't have a sewing machine and you know how to knit or crochet, you can knit you a bag. This one's been crocheted, and this is just a triple crochet, and I did use I think it's a nylon thread. It's a plasticky type thread that I used to make this awesome looking market bag. Or I have this bag. This is a rather large bag that I got. And it is plastic, but it's a plastic mesh bag that I got oranges in. There is no reason why I have to throw this away. It's in good shape. And I tested it to see if I can pull the label off, and I can. So I can pull the label off and use this bag. But like I said, this is a really large bag. So I can just fold it in half, cut it, and put me a string in. So if I cut it, this would be the top for the one side with the label off, and I would just put a string in like this on the top of that side, and then I mentioned this is the top side. Well, on this one it would be the bottom side, so I would just do a couple of stitches across the bag, and then I would have two bags. So those are my suggestions. If you have any suggestions that I haven't come up with in this video, leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this particular subject. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell button to receive notices whenever I do upload a new video. So this is Becca talking about reusable bags that you can make at home. All right, well, I'll see you again soon.